Hello everyone, today we're going to have a look at an undisputable Final Fantasy XIV job tier list by Misshapen Chair. And oh wow, I'm really curious if the classes or the jobs that I'm playing are also on the tier list and where they are ranking. Because right now I'm playing a lot of Machinist and also Ninja. I'm liking both a lot. I've also tried out Samurai, I'm quite liking it, so I'm like really curious on where my jobs are at. So yeah, let's have a look at this tier list.
Greetings, travelers. Welcome to my definitive Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringer job tier list. There are many aspects to jobs in Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, it starts as Machinist.
Animations, relative strength, ability to impress people, which are all things I'm going to ignore when making this tier list.
Why?
I'm only talking about gameplay, baby. That's right.
Okay.
What job is the goodliest to play? I have played every job in the game at this point at the most mediocre level imaginable, so I know what I'm talking about. As usual, this is not subjective. My opinion is correct, and everybody else is wrong. Even if you agree with me, you're wrong. I'm right. Let's get in there.
Alright.
First, I'm going to talk about a real job. One that is very clearly heavily tested every expansion,
Really?
always functioning as intended. One that everyone praises for its smoothness and also being the main job of Yoshi-P. I'm
Black
talking
Mage,
about
of
Monk.
course.
What a great job.
What?
Exceptional. Never has any jank associated with it. If you need healing buffs, you got Mantra. You need a tank cooldown, you have Riddle of Earth. C tier for can we please not have to drop Twin Snakes for a couple of GCDs during perfect balance.
Oh, okay, that caught me off guard. I actually thought he was like so hyped about Monk, like the way he introduced it. It's just C tier, okay, interesting. Yeah, what I really like about Misshapen Chair is like he sounds so serious and somehow bored or something, right? And you would not expect him to be like funny when you like first watch him, and then he comes with those like punchlines and really like funny sentences all of a sudden. And oh wow, I actually have heard like Monk is not so popular for some reason. I wonder why though.
Alright, fine. The actually well-designed job. Of course, Black Mage is an S tier. It's got a low skill floor with optimization
It hits the hardest,
everywhere
right?
you look.
Of all casters.
Once you get real comfortable with it, it handles like a dream. And leaves a lot of room for skill expression anyways.
Cool.
Going from just maintaining your GC
I should level one.
to not dropping a Nokian to no fire rotations and
Don't
MP
have that
tick
unlocked
trackers.
yet.
You can really become an Ice Mage. It has
Ice
Eclipse
Mage.
Samurai at the top in terms of DPS output. It also has an entire series of strategies dedicated to making its life easier.
Wait, hold up. Did he just get saved by his comrade? One moment. So he's still there casting. Like, let's look at this. I think
Can really become
healer
an
pulled
Ice
him.
Mage. It has Eclipse Samurai at the top in terms
oh
of
no, this
DPS
was the boss.
output.
Okay, never
It also
mind.
has an entire series of strategies dedicated to making its life easier. And as a group, you'll probably bend to their will anyways. Unless you're in my group. Still a nice job though. Of course, I know the real reason why everyone's here. You want to hear about my favorite thing on the planet.
The summoner.
Pet jobs. Well, that's pretty easy. I'm putting both Scholar and Summoner into the pet tier. Shit doesn't even function properly half the time.
It's buggy,
and
yeah.
clearly they don't know what they want from the design standpoint.
I actually
Summoner
haven't
players
experienced
are
any
always
bugs
crushed
yet.
by the weight of not being as cool as Black Mage, and Scholar players are always sad that their shields are not as big as Nocturnal Astro. Okay, fine. Jobs have their niche, and Scholar isn't just a shield healer, it's actually there for other reasons, including Sacred Soil. And Summoner is there to be a piece of shit. While we're on the topic, I'm giving Sacred Soil a solid S tier. What a great class. It's kind of weird that it has all these
Scholar
other
is good,
buttons
yeah.
when
I
this
have
is
fun
the
actually
only
on my
thing that
Scholar.
matters. Ver tier. Ninja belongs in the A tier. It's nice
Why
and
A?
comfortable. You get to chill out in between each trick attack, and it's
Isn't
pretty
that
nice.
S?
Even gets to maintain uptime more easily than some of the other melee jobs, and has a nice niche that is carved out by casting trick attack every minute. Unfortunately, you have to watch a million filler arcs of Naruto for optimal DPS. But at least
Oh my gosh, like I remember this. So when I played Ninja, at first I hated this job. Like, what was it, like level 50 or was it even earlier than that, when I had like 3 signs for the mudras, right, for the ninjutsus, for the mudra. So I had like all mudras. I actually started to hate Ninja, and I constantly kept like misclicking. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and like the way it goes, like first you have to go like 3, 2, 1, get like this wind jutsu, right? So you can get like extra speed, right? And then you have to go with freaking what was it, like Suton, and then you can do like freaking trick attack and start like with your big opener, right? Like big damage. And I had always issues with the combinations, and sometimes I tried to call on freaking Doton, and instead of Doton I had like Suton again or something, and I kept misclicking. I hated this so much about Ninja, but then I started like practicing and I got really, really good. And yeah, by the way, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, now I have the hang of Ninja. I'm really, really good with it, I think. Like, I'm more confident now. I cleared some of the current level raids and stuff. And I feel like now it's actually really fun. But it takes a long time to master. It took me several days to figure stuff out. Where in other jobs, I need 1 or 2 days at most.
You don't have to watch One Piece. Samurai is my main job, so I can say without any bias whatsoever, it's an S tier job.
Oh really? Oh, I've won S tier job.
Until the
okay, Scholar too, but
merchandise rolls in and it feeds
DPS
into itself,
wise,
making me even stronger. It also has a lot of buttons, which stimulates my prostate.
Really?
While I'm here, if you complain about Tsubame Gaishi ruining the job, you're a pussy.
What does this do?
Sorry, it's just the way of the world. They better give me a 4-minute timer Midare next expansion.
Oh, big dick damage.
Gun. People shit on this job for being easy, but clearly they have
Machinist
never tried
S tier.
maintaining its dead set rotation for extended periods of time.
So fun.
Where even the thought of drifting drill causes your already decent DPS to go out the window. It's also the most American job. Truly a
most
beacon
American
of freedom.
job.
It is very solid, even though no one properly appreciates it.
Why not?
Including myself. B tier. Performance action.
What? How is Machinist B tier? Okay, I can live with like A tier, but why is it freaking B tier? I think Machinist is really good. It should be like A or S. Isn't it like from all the range jobs the hardest hitting one? Or is it because range is kind of like underwhelming here? Like I've heard range is like 10 or 15% DPS behind for some reason versus melee. I'm not sure if this is true, but I've seen something like it's like I think 10% less damage on any range job versus the highest melee jobs like Samurai, and also Ninja does tons of damage, right? So I feel like range is like 10% or so behind, but yeah, not sure. Maybe it's because it's range. Yeah, I don't know.
Performance action. Trying to play this stupid thing doesn't even make sense to me. I'd rather just play an actual piano. Although it can still be
he's
a fun
roasting
job to
butts.
play, even though everyone tries to shit on it for not being the strongest thing in the metagame.
It has cool animations
though.
though.
You should play Dancer instead.
Yeah,
but
don't forget subscribe.
If Dancer is so good in the metagame, doesn't it mean that you have to be a bigger gamer to succeed on Bard? A tier. While we're talking about the metagame, I almost forgot for a split second.
It's better than Machinist?
True meta job. 6 monks. Finally a good job. 6 monks gives you 100% Brotherhood and 100% Mantra uptime. Clearly an oversight from the development team. Only true Final Fantasy XIV players can harness the power of 6 monks. Monk alone. Weak.
Monk alone.
Monks together. Strong.
Amongst together.
A firm S tier job right there. Fell Cleave is a shiny, smooth-brained job that is nice because you don't have to use 200% of your brain to get solid DPS and tanking prowess. Unlike Samurai, pressing a single button over and over again also gives me the happy chemicals.
Really?
However, every time someone brings up the good old days when this used to be the hardest tank and it's somehow bad now, I have to move it down a tier. So we're currently in like the Z times 10 to the 1953rd power at this point tier.
Really?
The Blackest Night. S tier. Dark Knight, D tier.
What?
Dancer, a simple job for simple people. Yeah.
Wait. How is Dark Knight? Why is Dark Knight D tier? Because it's D Dark Knight. I actually think this tier list is not serious. I guess a lot of trolling going on. Is it actually, guys? Like, I'm asking you now. You can leave it in the comment section. Is it actually like accurate? Do you like agree with this or not? Like, I don't know why like Machinist is so low. And isn't like Monk pretty high damage? Should that not be like, instead of C, like maybe like A or B? I thought they buffed Monk, didn't they? I've read something.
Dancer, a simple job for simple people. Yeah, you can optimize out the ass if you're into that, but this is the easiest job to get into in the entire
that's
game.
A cool boss.
You're never gonna have a bad time playing Dancer, but even with its simplicity, Dancer players are usually some of the shittiest players.
I thought Dancer is fun to play.
Good dancers are rare, even though you don't have to do much to be decent. S tier, baby. Paladin.
S tier.
What a stupid job. Loses DPS for actually tanking, 63-second rotation, meaning it doesn't have a nice clean number that ends in a 0, and tooltips that are so awful I make better ones after I wipe my ass.
Oh, wow.
D tier, suck my dick. Your move, Yu-Gi-Oh! Once you get comfortable
all
at healing
tanks
in
will be
general,
D tier
you
or
will
something
eventually
for
get
some
bored
reason.
to tears by casting one spell repeatedly, also known as your reward for optimizing healing. Astrologian tries to counter this by giving you mini-games and spell weaving to make healer more fast-paced and exhilarating. But none of that matters, because all you will ever hear on this job is that everyone enjoyed it so much more when it was about fishing for balance in Stormblood, or when it was Time Mage or some other shit that I don't care about. I don't play the other Final Fantasy games, really, and last time I checked, this was a job about looking at the stars and refusing to date people born on a specific date.
I think the thing about Astrologian is, from what I've heard and seen and what people kept telling me, it's like this kind of job, you either absolutely love it a lot or you hate it. It's kind of like you're seldom in the middle. Like either you absolutely love it or you like absolutely hate it or something. But I personally, I actually love the design, like the job design of Astrologian, because I think it's quite unique to have a job that uses like cards and like something like fortune telling or so, right? Like I think it's like actually from a lore and a RP perspective quite interesting. I feel like a lot of RP players are into Astrologian.
Where's my ability to check my astrological compatibility with the party, huh?
So
Guess
different
this theme
from
has
other
always been
jobs.
shit then too. A tier.
Oh,
White
80 are
Mage.
good.
Simple, straightforward game plan with annoying
Why is there a dude
execution
with
to
a
be
gun
good
for
at.
White Mage?
The Black Mage of healers, if you will. A solid job that also seems to generate some of the biggest egos I have ever seen. Congratulations, you can cast Glare. But do you mind spot healing while we're progging? C tier. Gun Sword. This job has a lot of buttons to press, and this once again stimulates my genitals. Is it the hardest tank to play? No, that's going to be Fist of Earth Monk. But is it the most fun tank to play? Of course it is. S tier.
Oh, Gunbreaker is
And finally, Scholar. A job with a DPS buff, other minigames to play, and cooking skills. Good damage ever since those buffs that were actually buffs and not nerfs, because math is a skill that everyone lacks. It even has one of the best pets in the entire game.
Math is a skill that everyone lacks. So true, I agree on that. At least my math sucks.
But it also has fairies to deal with. Do you get to slap a book into the ground during AoE? Art of War is again on 2.
Art of War looks cool.
So. Triple S tier. Let me just put this somewhere else real quick. And that's it. A perfect tier list for gameplay in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's not a serious tier list, guys. Don't take this serious.
Though,
it's just
never fear, as you can play every job in the game if you want. You're probably going to find something that you enjoy playing with all the options at your disposal. But if you do play everything in this game with its full kit and you still don't like it, sucks to be you, loser. Now let's get out there and gather the 6 remaining monk players for optimal gaming.
Okay, that was an interesting tier list. And I'm actually like really surprised by the results. Like there are some jobs that I know from my FC, for example. A lot of people are like maining, and they are like D tier and B tier and stuff. I know people absolutely love like Red Mage. I think Machinist is quite popular. I think I saw a survey on job satisfaction, like a Japanese one, and Machinist was like 3rd highest or something. And I was just curious on like Machinist because of technology in Final Fantasy XIV, so I picked up this job because I want to learn more about the technology in this game, because I was so overwhelmed when I started like playing Final Fantasy XIV and I saw freaking flying cyborgs. I saw cyborgs as enemies. They were like buildings with freaking LED lamps, like those imperial structures. And I just picked up Machinist, and I actually really enjoy Machinist, so I'm surprised it's just B tier. But I guess this tier is not serious. There's like a lot of trolling and stuff, like a lot of jokes. Like Scholar is in S, and it's in SSS, and it's in Pet and stuff. But Scholar, I have to say, from like the healing jobs, I've only tried Scholar so far, but I actually have fun for once on a healer. Usually I'm not quite the healer player, like I'm more into DPS. But when it comes to healing in Final Fantasy XIV, I'm quite enjoying it, surprisingly. And I'm playing a Scholar, I'm having a great time. I think it's cool to like heal and have a shield at the same time, and then deal damage in between, and have like a hybrid role of half DPS and half healer. And yeah, about Astrologian, I think that's like the the most either absolutely love to death job or like hate it the most job. And I tell you guys why, because from the people that I've met, they're either like hardcore astrologian fans that like say, oh, astrologian is my main, I absolutely love it. And each time you go online, you see those people be on astrologian. And you have those people like, I gave up on astrologian, I moved to scholar or white mage because astrologian, I can't get the hang of it, it really sucks and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not sure if there are like any other jobs that are like this. I think maybe monk is like this, but I haven't seen many monks for some reason. Each time I'm in a dungeon, for like 5 runs or 6 runs, I only have one time a monk for some reason. But I keep meeting a lot of black mages, summoners, of course, freaking ninjas and samurais. And I'm not sure if tier list can even be made for Final Fantasy XIV, because I've heard, and from what I've seen in numbers, like stuff is pretty much balanced, right? Like let's go quickly on FF logs. I want to have like a closer look at like damage. Okay, we're going now here on FF logs on. Let's go for the hardest content here. I think I have to go for all-star DPS or DPS. I'm not sure. So let's check for ultimates. And if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, and I'm not mistaken. Look, you guys see that score here? Like that's the maximum possible score, right? And you see like almost every single job there, right? We have freaking summoner, we have like machinist, we have like monk here, steel crown, and that's all-star DPS. Wait, what's regular DPS? Okay, let's look. What's ADPS? ADPS. What, machine is actually higher than red mage? How is that possible? But yes, you guys can see, like, look at the numbers here. The score. Apart from, okay, like ranged physical DPS or dancer is really low. Okay, dancer needs maybe some love, but then again, it's like a lot of support here, right? But yeah, if you look at like just the DPS, like let's look at, for example, till machinist or not till red mage. Like it's not much of a difference here, because you start like with range and casters, and if you get like range, for example, machinist and red mage, they're like almost identical, right? So that's like some good balance, I think. Yeah, it's pretty okay. Yeah, and if you look at here, it's also not much of a difference. I look, Dragoon and Summoner almost identical. Black Mage is catching up here. Ninja comes close. But here, for some reason, I'm a bit shocked that Machinist is so low. What the heck? Why is Machinist the lowest here? Ah, because it doesn't provide... Oh, yo, that sucks, actually. So is Machinist like the worst DPS job right now? Because rate DPS is like what you contribute to the overall DPS, including your own DPS. So Machinist is probably super low because no utility and pure damage, but like medical, right? Oh shit, I'm really having fun on Machinist. I'm probably still going to stick around playing it. I hope it gets a buff or something. But yeah, that was like a very interesting tier list. It's interesting to see what other people's opinion are, but yeah, play whatever you want. Like as you see, the numbers are not too far from each other, right? And yeah, I wish everyone a wonderful day. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing for more content. I would also really appreciate if you liked this video. I will see you guys next time.